Tell us about what's been happening over the last few months, I guess.
Right. Well, continued on just 2 days a week at work up to Christmas, because that's a very busy time anyway in the retail sector. And I also sort of had time at home then to acclimatise and be with my daughters, really. And excuse me, I started to sort of have times with my granddaughter again as well, because that was something that I can also remember thinking. My daughter had just had Miley, and then I was diagnosed with this. I'd just started to look after her 1 day a week, and then I had this diagnosis, and of course I couldn't cope with her either. But I couldn't pick her up, and I just felt as though I'd lose that sort of bond I'd got with her. But that is absolutely fine. So I'm back to having Miley 1 day a week. I'm back to doing all the things that I did before. I sing with an a cappella group, and I'm in another choir, and I do all sorts of things, really. And as I said to Heather, because I live near my daughters, it tends to be, phone goes and it'll be, Mum, I just need to go somewhere. Can you have Miley if I just drop her here? And yes, that's fine. Or I go down. And so things are back on track, really. I've had one slight hiccup. It isn't a problem, but I have got a bit of lymphedema in my right breast and under the arm. And I was referred to one of the Loros nurses, who has been wonderful. Showed me how to do the simple lymphatic massage. And she's also treated me for 4 consecutive sessions, and I'm going to go back 6 weekly. That's helped a lot. One of the things, I don't know whether this is relevant, but finding the right underwear, bra particularly, has also been, I think, quite difficult.
Well, you might as well say, if you don't mind, because I know there'll be people who are in that boat too. I
will. It has been a problem, because I needed to have a very supportive bra, particularly under the arm, because that's where I had the lump, really, and I had all my lymph glands, 30 lymph glands removed. And I've tried literally all over the place. I'm now at the stage where I'm going to collect 2 that I've ordered from Phoenix, and I'll see how they are. But trying to get something that also isn't underwired and all the rest of it. Yes, so I think that's something that would be great to have some help with, really. Because without having the mastectomy, I think you get lots of support then, I know, from a friend of mine. But when you've had perhaps I am slightly misshapen, and I don't want to have any reconstructive surgery, although I was offered it. I don't think it's necessary for me, and I don't want any more surgery than I need to have, really. So that's been something that's been a bit of a just something that's niggled, really, trying to find something that's right. And I think that might have contributed to the lymphedema, apparently, because if you've got that sort of support, it might not have been quite as bad as it got. And I didn't realise what it would be like either, so I think it was me not knowing what lymphedema was like.
Is there any advice or recommendations you'd give to patients who are watching this?
I think if you've got any after 6 months of surgery, if there's any sort of swelling still or feeling of being uncomfortable, to sort of say something to somebody, the breast care nurses, oncologists, whatever. And I did eventually, and immediately I was referred to a specialist lymphedema nurse, and I think I should have done that sooner. So I'd say sooner rather than later.